morning, witches. This is the Witch Daily Show with host Tanya Brown. We are coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana, to offer you a bite-sized bit of magic. Our 20-minute-ish episodes are the perfect start to your day. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your pop of magic.
Morning witches. It is September 27th, 2021. It is Monday. I am Tanya, and this is the Witch Daily Show. Today's episode is brought to you by Tutty Learns About Witches. So let's get your day going with a little magic. Hi. I feel like it's finally fall. Does anyone else feel that way? We finally have the ability to open up our doors and like fresh air, and I got a little cinnamon broom and hung it like out my door. I'm so happy right now. I am just, this is the perfect season. And I know it's cliche or like basic or whatever, but I really, really do love it. So we are in fall. We are in spooky season. We are in the autumn, Mabon, etc. I can't wait to do, I'm going to plan some sort of thing. I don't know what, but some sort of feasting thing. So yeah, I can't wait to hear like what everyone's going to do for fall. I posted my famous pumpkin chili recipe on the Facebook group. So check it out. All right. So our quote of the day is, "How do you know I'm not making it up? You don't. Things work because you believe in them. Call it faith or will or coincidence or whatever. If you believe it will help to light a candle and ask the universe to help you understand the mystery and meaning, then it will. Don't spend a bunch of money on learning how to get to know your cards. Just do it. Say hi to them and get to work." I think that's a good lesson for a lot of witchcraft. I do think, we've talked about this before, but I do think there's a fine line in like being guided by your intuition, but don't pretend like that means people who like haven't like studied or like whatever don't know a lot. You know what I mean? Fine line. All right, so moving into our tea, today we are drinking Libra tea. So happy birthday to all of our Libra listeners. My mother is a Libra. So we're going to talk about Libra tea. So a balanced blend. Oh, and let me tell you, I've never heard a description of a tea that makes me want it so bad. So Libra tea. Oh, just like prepare yourself. I don't even think you're ready. Libra tea is a balanced blend of black tea with sweet strawberries, chocolates, and cream, and it will appeal to a Libra's sense of harmonious beauty. Libras have mastered the art of diplomacy and enjoy bringing people together over a cup of tea. Rose petals and cacao nibs are stylish details in a blend that will complete a Libra's sophisticated tea collection. So, this tea has black tea, rose petals, strawberries, cacao nibs, and cream. So if you want to make this for the Libra in your life, it's pretty easy. Especially I feel like dried strawberries, I've seen more and more and more like at the grocery store. So you can even do like fresh strawberries. You can brew some black tea, let maybe slice up a strawberry, let it kind of steep in there for a little while with the rose petals and the cacao nibs. Oof, fancy schmancy. I'm jealous the Aries one isn't so fun. So I thought today we would talk about the magic of strawberries. I've actually been eating, it's funny, I've been eating strawberries like every day since we came back from evacuation, because when you're on the road, you're eating food that is not, that doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? So like when you're living out of a motel or you're just driving for 20 hours, you put whatever food you can get your hands on like in your body. And like when you're in that situation, it's just like you're not getting like nutritious food. So ever since I've been back, I have been like on a nutrition kick. I'm talking yogurt and strawberries and cacao nibs and bread and cheese and just like I'm just like apologizing to my body. But I've been eating a crap ton of strawberries. So let's talk about strawberries. This comes to us from otherworldlyoracle.com. The strawberry is another delicious fruit linked to Venus and the water element. It is an aphrodisiac, drawing love to you when eaten or drank in a wine, elixir, or potion. Strawberries are sacred to the goddesses like Freya, and their leaves can be dried and carried in your wallet or purse for good luck. Use strawberry infusions and sprays to amp up the vibes in the bedroom. Fun. All right, so let's see. Moving into some headlines, it looks like we're moving into fall season, and we're gonna get a lot of like fall spooky media. So I feel like that's all we're gonna be talking about. So Netflix has a new show called The Sandman, and this is coming from themarysue.com and writer Jamie Gerber. So Jamie writes, the more I hear about Netflix's upcoming adaptation of The Sandman, the more excited I get to see Neil Gaiman's magnum opus unfold on the small screen. Originally published in 1989, 1996, the beloved DC comic has been stuck in development for quite some time. I have to say, I'm so grateful it's no longer intended to be a film, but television. So, what's the Sandman? Honestly, my first thought went to like Mr. Sandman, da 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 da. But I guess it's a comic book. So the Sandman is a comic. So it's kind of. I'm trying to think of like how to explain it. So I've seen it, but basically, so it does kind of work with the song, right? It's about dreams. Basically, it's like an occultist dream story. I'm so sorry, I'm not explaining this better. Let me see if I can find if they have an explanation. So basically, think of like the song The Sandman and then add occultism. And that's like what this show is going to be. So I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited to watch it. Netflix, is going to do like a really good job, especially with like the aesthetic and like cinematography. And then we have occultism and dreams, which like I don't feel like we get enough of that. I think the only thing I can remember that was like dream magic was there was an episode of Charmed, like the original one, where they had someone who was like astral projecting into people's dreams, and that was really cool. So this is I guess is supposed to be pretty similar. So I'm really excited to check it out. All right, witches, I'm going to throw this over to our moon correspondent, and then after this break, we will talk more.
Hello to all of my astro gods and goddesses. This is Serendipity, the Chicago astrologer, coming at you with your daily moon mantra for Tuesday, September 28th. The waning gibbous moon moves from the happy-go-lucky firmament of Gemini into the fast-moving waters of Cancer by noon today. Here, the moon's main contact is a square to Mars. Both Mars and Mercury are in Libra, the sign of partnership and diplomacy. With Mercury turning retrograde today, we are going to have to watch what we say to our loved ones for the next couple of weeks. Today in particular can be a dicey one, as the contact with the moon will make us a little more sensitive to our partner's moods. We have to keep in mind that the things that are going on with our partners are not always about us. Keep those communication lines open and be patient with your loved ones at this time. If you show your companions kindness, you will get kindness in return. Your daily moon mantra is, how you make others feel says a lot about you. This has been your daily moon mantra with Serendipity, the Chicago astrologer, signing off and reminding you that you are in charge of your own destiny.
We have been obsessed with predicting the future ever since the dawn of civilization. We've watched the stars, gazed into crystal balls, thrown bones, and read cards with the hope of getting a glimpse of future events. We have found ways to divine with just about everything, all in an effort to better understand ourselves and our place in the magical world. A Curious Future by Kiki Dombrowski is your guidebook to a variety of divination practices. Did you know that you can divine with wine? Or that a simple pair of dice can give you prophetic insight? Or that candle wax may help answer questions about your inquisitive inquiries? This book will help you predict the future through a variety of insights and sometimes unusual techniques. This greatly expanded second edition offers extended interpretations, additional reflective passages, and even more choices of curious divination to try. Learn different methods for awakening your psychic abilities to support your exploration into divination. Learn how to scry, use dowsing rods, read tea leaves, work with runes, see auras, decipher omens and clouds, and much more. A Curious Future can help you move forward into a mystical and inspiring path. A Curious Future by Kiki Dombrowski is now available for pre-order on Amazon and other places books are sold. All right, so we have a question of the day. This comes to us from listener Ashley. Ashley says, hi, my boyfriend just bought his first house, and although I haven't gone through and cleansed it, I was wondering if there was a good luck charm or new house protection spell I could do to start his journey as a homeowner off right. Thanks so much. There's actually a ton of things people do when they go into a new home. So I'm just going to list a few, and you can work with whichever one jives with your belief system or practices. The first one, I'm pretty sure it's a Catholic tradition. And is it St. Joseph? Hang on, let me double check this. I don't want to give wrong information. Okay, yes. Oh, wait, no, that sells the house. You don't want to do that. Oh, wait. That's to sell a home. That's not what you're doing. Okay, never mind. But there are a few things you can do. A friend of mine, when I moved into one of my new apartments, did this thing. So this person's just really good at finding things. Like this person could be like in a parking lot and like yards away, like notice something in the grass, like just really eagle-eyed. And she would collect pennies for me. And then any penny she saw with a shield, she would like put in a jar and cleanse them. And then when I moved into my new home, we basically put the penny with the shield on like every doorway and window. And that was kind of a protection thing. You can just make a basic charm with herbs that correspond with protection in the home and place it over the doorway. That's very common. If you want to do a cleansing, this one is something I've done with a few people. I think it is based off of something in the spiral dance. I'm not 100% sure. It was something my older Wiccan friend would do when I was a little baby witch. And basically, we as a group, we all had one job. So like one person would ring a bell, one person would sweep, one person would spritz, and one person would like make a sigil in the air. And we basically went around from the doorway, probably clockwise, and we would go to each window or opening. And even when it comes to opening, like sinks and stuff count, anything that kind of goes to the outside of the house. So we would stop. Someone would sweep, someone would ring, someone would spritz, and someone would sigil. And we just did like a pentagram. And you go all the way around the house, and then you go all the way back. And I think she adapted it from the spiral dance, but that was something we also did. You could also give a little thanks to the spirit of place. Maybe just toss a little coffee or alcohol onto the ground and just be like, hey, if there's any spirits here, we're moving in. Protect us if you don't mind. I'll give you this liquor and this coffee. And thanks so much. So yeah, there's so many fun little things you can do, and it can get as intensive as you want it to do. Like you get like a coven and you do a whole ceremonial going around with all these objects. That's an option. Or it can be as simple as throwing some coffee on the earth. So it just depends on what you want to do, your path, what you believe in, etc. But that's such a fun question. If anyone has anything that they like to do from their tradition, that involves good luck for homes, write in and let us know so we can share. All right, so we have a response. This comes to us from Naralu. Naralu says, I was listening to the podcast on August 19th, and I heard about Ashley and her fear. I too had that fear, and I was drawn to help her. The one book that helped me reconcile my fear was The Path of the Christian Witch, written by St. Clare. This helped me continue on my path of witchcraft. She had many struggles too, and it put my fear at rest. I am from Cajun country of Louisiana, hey, so it always has been a part of me as a Catholic. And who is more witchy than the Catholics? It's actually funny. So this is what my Catholic friends say, anyways. They'll joke and they say the reason why Catholics are so witchy was because when they kind of took everything from the pre-Christian people, the Catholics just changed the least. At least that's what my Catholic friends joke. So yeah, Naralu says, I hope this helps her and pass it on. And thank you, Tanya. Yeah, so I'm sure it's really helpful. So if you are someone who is exploring witchcraft, maybe for the first time or for a while, and you really struggle with the religious trauma of like Christianity because you were raised in it, and you're just trying to figure out how you fit in, The Path of a Christian Witch by St. Clare. All right, so we have a little magic today. This comes to us from our Facebook group and listener Bree. Bree says, for witches in the broom closet or anyone else who enjoys a contained spell environment, I highly suggest a flower pot. The hole in the middle of the pot is perfect for holding candles. You can also put whatever crystals you want inside or near the candle to make a protective ring on the plate on the outside. Like the water collector, the little plate. I put protected black salt around the base of mine. You can add oils and herbs to the inside of the pot, and the fire is contained. You can keep soil next to the pot in case someone comes in or there's a flammable failure. When you are finished with the spell, you can either clean it out and reuse it or plant something on top of it. I love my spell pots and wanted to share. Oh, thank you so much. That really is such a great idea. And I love the idea of like maybe even putting sand at the bottom just to like be super sure about flammable failures. But I think this is fantastic. Also a great opportunity if you are like in a living environment where you can't really spread out, you know? And then Bree followed up in the comments. She says, you can paint the pot or decorate it to align more with your intention, but I'm pretty basic with my spell pots, and they get the job done. Yeah, so if you're visual, because we're a little different, you know, some of us are more visual than others. I'm not very visual. But if you are someone who's very visual and like the colors matter to you and the sigils matter to you and all that, little clay pots are just really easy to paint and decorate, and that's a great idea. Thanks so much for sharing, Bree. All right, witches, we are wrapping up this episode of the Witch Daily Show. I want to give a shout out to listener Tori Forbush. Tori, you beautiful Arcadian gnome. I also want to give a shout out to listener Garasu. Garasu, you glorious, brilliant kitten. Thank you three so much for being Patreon supporters. I really, really appreciate you. So, before we leave, we do have a card pull. This card is Intuition from Seasons of the Witch, Samhain Oracle. This is all about feeling, inner sight, and visualization. Intuition is one of your superpowers that you come into this life with to help you navigate the human experience. Intuition is something that you can feel rather than think or see and cannot be perceived with the rational mind. Within those feelings, you will find answers for everything from what to eat to whether you should go on that date or to who you can trust. Your intuition is always on 100%, offering you wisdom and guidance in the form of how you feel. You are being asked to develop your second sight further when you are holding the intuition card. You must learn to navigate the world through your spiritual GPS rather than relying on your rational mind to show you the way. Your ego plays an important role, but should be guided by your intuition, the higher self. The ego and your intuition should work together to help you approach life through both logic and feeling. There is nothing in this life that can be accomplished with one or the other. Your intuition is your driver, your ego is the car. Both are needed to get you to your destination. All right, witches. That's all I've got for you today. Don't forget any books, decks, headlines, sources, or anything else we referenced today can be found in the podcast episode description. I hope you have a great day, and we will talk again tomorrow.
Witches, we hope that you have an amazing day filled with magic and inspiration. If you'd like to support the podcast, head on over to our Patreon. Need a support system? Find The Witch Daily Show on Facebook and our website, witchdailyshow.com.